Hello guys, I hope you are all will be fine. So we discussed previous video module 4 for the part 3, and in this video we'll be discussing about module 5 part 1 section 1 section 2 and section 3. So module 5 interview attention developing techniques. Part 1 is attention of first impressions. Section 1 about first impressions executions. Section 2 flowchart of first impressions determinations. Section 3 explanations of flowchart on first impressions techniques. So we'll look into that in the next slide for the model 5 part 1. So module 5 interview attention developing techniques part 1 attention of first impressions. Section 1 about first impressions executions. So this is the section 1 all about the candidate should maintain a smile and body language. It is not about always laughing and smiling. Whenever is required, the situation, the candidate shows confidence with a little bit of a smiling face, and body language should be open to communicate with others properly. There should not be any fear in the interview round, but yes, you do not have to smile so much, which may lead to negative personalities. The interviewer will notice the number of smiles you do in a particular situation. Smiling is not a part of the interview, but yes, it shows your level of personality. So it is all about talking the smiling postures of the face and body movement of the attention towards the interview. The candidate should be very precautions to be uh, confidence and during the interview, and there should not be any confusion of the topic or subject to answer the questions in front of interview panel. And yes, if you do always smiling, then it will be a negative impact to the candidate and which can lead the rejected by the interview panel. Yes, at the situations you will be free to make a shows the confidence from the posture of the body. Next, we'll move to the next slide for the section 2. Section 2 flowchart of first impressions and determinations, smile body language. What is the smile body language? Having the 4 categories. First is proper eye contact to the interview panel or the persons involved in the interview room. Second is proper verbal and non-verbal communication. Proper verbal communications means you are satisfying with the orally while speaking any answer to giving to the interviewer. Non-verbal communication, which shows your language from postures of the body to agree or accept or interested of the questions asked by the interviewer. Third is a proper listening capabilities movement, and the interest also will be observed by the interview panel, like once his interview panel asking the questions how much and what times you take to listen and what is the durations you are going to reply the answer and whether you are observing the questions or not properly what the interviewer asks the questions. Four categories: proper body like hand, head, and gesture movement. While talking, the candidate should be proper movement of the head, body language like hand movement, and explaining or giving example or recollecting the idea. So that kind of automatically your body, your face, your eye, your hand will be movement, but it will be moved move the your all body part according to your thinking and applying the answer. But yes, it should be controlled and with the relevant of the answer, your body postures. So section 3, explanation of flowchart on first impressions techniques. The candidate will show interest in the interview with the help of proper verbal and non-verbal communication. Proper verbal communication means the way or tones of speaking. Non-verbal means body language or gesture movement communication. The candidate to listen properly in the interview and eye contact and should not be forced to look at someone in uncompatibility. The eye contact movement is to look to the interviewer whenever is required to explain with the non-verbal communications. So it is all talking about mainly the proper verbal and non-verbal communication, proper eye contact, proper body like hand, head, and gesture, neck, movement, and proper listening capabilities from the candidate to be expected by the interview panel. So now we'll move to the next slide. End of this Model 5 Part 1, we have learned the Model 5 interview attention developing techniques. Part 1, attention of first impressions. Section 1, about first impressions, executions. Section 2, flowchart of first impressions, determinations. Section 3, explanation of flowchart and first impression techniques. So here in this video, we have learned Module 5, Part 1, Section 1, Section 2, Section 3. And in the next video, we will learn the Module 5 of Part 2. Thank you.